Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I apparently was informed that Tyra Nicole is doing a whole series on why she is leaving YouTube. And apparently, she is blaming everybody. And I'm going to make this point right here because you know me. I like showing stuff. It's really great. Okay, why I really left YouTube episode 2 just doom. I'm not even going to mention that because, like I said, I promised I wouldn't, and I'm gonna hold my word. Now, I also want to make a point here. Sorry, I should have stayed over there, but I want to make a point here. So, this is on Tyra Nichole's channel, okay? On April 2nd, I wrote, Tyra, I am personally apologizing for parent shaming and addict shaming you in another stream. What you do to a certain somebody, like I said, can't mention names, go ahead. I will not involve myself, nor will I go after you. I said vile and hurtful things, and I was wrong, and I'm going to stay in my own lane from now on. Now, on the 3rd, I wrote, I got some information from Sunshinery, which is true. Where she got that from, I don't know. And as I said, I was wrong. I'm staying in my lane and never mentioning you again. Now, I'm not mentioning her until she mentioned me. But let's talk about Tira for a moment. Do I literally believe she is leaving the YouTube streets? No. Tira has been on YouTube since 2016, at least. She could have been here a lot longer. But I can't go back that far because the person who had that info lost his account. So, and we all know who it was. But I do know that every community Tira goes to, she makes a complete fool out of herself. And rather than take accountability, she tries to blame other people for her actions. I know she was kicked out of the crime community. She's being kicked out of the anti KJ community. She's been kicked out of a few other communities. I'm just not quite sure which ones they are. So I'm just going to leave it there because I can't really prove that. But I do know she was kicked out of the crime community and now she is pretty much done with, I guess, the anti KJ community. When you make videos on people and you act one way and then another, you're going to get in trouble. Just like you got in trouble for blackfishing, Tira. And I know that you got in trouble because you used a black icon for Grumpy Granny. You were blackfishing. You you literally thought you would never get caught. That's why Grumpy Granny is gone. You literally got caught for blackfishing, for impersonating a person of color. Your actions define who you are. You have blamed PJ. Now you're blaming me. Who are you going to blame next? Are you going to blame AZ? Are you going to blame Not Another Housewife? Are you going to blame Chicago? Are you going to blame EKC? Are you going to blame somebody I can't mention? And I'm not mentioning, I'm using for reference here. Okay. Are you going to blame Bobby the Cat? Are you going to blame Mocking Media? You are literally playing the blame game and trying to blame everybody else of your own actions. Okay? Look, I owned up to mine. Okay? Whether or not you accept my apology is up to you. But at the same time, you do need to take accountability for yourself. Now, like I said, I know what you're doing. You're doing the blame game. You're going to reinvent yourself, and then you're going to silently slide into a different community. Your actions are what brought you here. The perfect example is you will make you will act nice to people when you're on their panel, and then you'll quickly run to your channel and literally turn your back on them for clicks and views. You literally are a clout chaser. You create your own drama. Now, you don't have to like everybody, but there is a simple decorum that people follow on. You can say whatever you want about somebody, just as long as you don't lie about them. Okay? Everybody here in this commentary community is always commented about their actions or their opinions or whatever. That's fine. But when you lie on people's names for clicks and views and for clout, you tend to dig yourself a hole. Okay? You do. Now, there are people out there that probably do like you. There are probably people out there that don't like you. There are probably people going to leave comments in my sections about you. But blaming everybody else about why you are leaving YouTube is pointless, childish, and irrelevant. You either have the stuff of YouTube or you don't. But I also stated that you have done this before. When things don't go your way, you tend to pack up shop, blame the people, and then run away. You talk about people needing to take accountability. You need to take accountability. I said I would never mention your name again. I haven't mentioned your name until now because apparently I'm to blame for you leaving YouTube. Okay? Don't even try that. The only person that will make you leave YouTube is yourself. Okay? Leaving YouTube is your choice. Putting the blame on other people is childish, wrong, manipulative, and complete and utter bullshit. Once again, you are showing your true colors by blaming other people for your own actions that led up to people not liking you. Now, you can disagree with this video. You can do whatever you want. You can dissect it. But the truth is there. Your actions define what happens to you. Blaming me, blaming everybody else for your woe is me bullcrap, it is not our fault. It's your fault. We have no control over whether you leave YouTube or you don't. Only you do. But apparently, you think leaving and reinventing yourself is a whole lot easier than taking accountability, learning from your mistakes, and changing your behavior. Eventually, you are going to run out of communities to infiltrate or to clout chase. You are eventually going to go and literally end up alone on these YouTube streets. Like I said, I'm not. I'm trying to understand. Let me rephrase this. I'm trying to understand what is going through your mind. Because you yourself have stated that, well, these people need to be held accountable. These people need to change their behavior. But you don't follow your own advice. When the heat gets tough, you pack up shop and go rather than self reflect and see what you have done. It's everybody else's fault. Like I said, I highly doubt you're leaving YouTube. I think you're going to reinvent yourself. And I hope to God that whatever community you go into next can see through you quickly. We as creators may not always get along, but there is a decorum of civility that we do have to follow. I I admit that in the past I was a nasty, and I'm trying and learning to change who I was. I don't expect my past to be forgiven. Nobody should expect their past to be forgotten. But at the same time, we as creators need to show each other and our subs that when we make a mistake, we need to go, look. I had a self-reflecting moment. We cannot just run away and pray that it'll be sunshine and flowers on the other side. It's not going to be. We as creators need to be civil, not only for each other, but also for our subscribers. A lot of communities share subscribers, especially this one. We're not just a commentary community, we are an anti KJ community. Now, there are people, granted, that are trying to branch away from KJ stuff, but in the end, we are still part of the anti KJ community. Wherever you go, Tira, I do wish you the best. But at the same time, I do hope that you can self reflect and actually take accountability for your actions. The blame cannot be put on other people. Even if you want that blame to fit your narrative, it's nobody else's fault for what you have done to people. That is the end of my rant. And if you have a problem with that, that's on you. I'm just speaking the truth. You can't run and hide forever. Eventually, your demons will catch up. So you can either stand and accept your responsibility, or you can continue to run and never feel at home wherever you're at. Thank you, everybody that watched this video. I hope you have a great morning, evening, whatever. And I shall see you soon. Be safe on these YouTube streets, everybody. Goodbye.